Hello and welcome to Make a Difference, the show about how volunteers are making a difference every day here in Montgomery County. I'm your host, Michael Bruin. Today we'll be talking with Nancy Scull, board chair of the Bernie Scholarship Awards program, and Erika Granville, a scholarship awardee. If you stay tuned, we'll discuss how you can become a volunteer or even a board member with the Bernie Scholarship Awards program. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Make a Difference. I'm your host, Michael Bruin. We're here to discuss ways that county residents can volunteer with the Bernie Scholarship Awards program. This program collects charitable donations and distributes scholarships to Montgomery County residents. And joining me are Nancy Scull, who's with the Bernie Scholarship, and Erika Granville, who was a participant of the scholarship. And for both of you, thank you very much for coming in.
Happy to be here.
Well, Nancy, let's begin. What is this scholarship? What is the Bernie Scholarship?
Well, Bernie Tatro was the executive director of the Housing Opportunities Commission, which is the public housing agency for Montgomery County, Maryland, for 24 years. And then he retired in 1994. And he said, I do not want a retirement party. I want to collect money to start a scholarship, specifically for people who are in subsidized housing. So they started with only HOC tenants.
Right.
And it's for graduating high school seniors, as well as moms, other people who are eligible, 18 or older.
Which brings us to you, Nancy, right? I mean, you were a participant. But before we do that, it's a scholarship for education. I mean, a scholarship for what?
College,
it's
right.
For college education.
Yes, and something like 98% of our folks choose to go to college, and just a few of them, 2%, choose to go to a training program, a certification program. So we do either one.
Sort.
Yes.
And so, Nancy, how did you hear about the program?
Okay, yes. I heard about the program because I had just relocated from New York City.
I know, from New York City. We were talking about in the green room before
right.
the show.
Of course, when I relocated down here, I pretty much had an individual inside of the Rockville Housing Enterprise by the name of Tasha Dyson. She had sent me information. She said, you know, Ms. Granville, I think you'd be very interested in this. And I read up on it, and I was reluctant at first because I said, well, this is for high schoolers and perhaps individuals that are just going to college. But as I read more into it, it started talking to me as if though, okay, yeah, you know you want to go and complete your bachelor's. Why don't I give it a shot?
Because you had come down here, a medical technician. You were doing something, right?
Yes, I had gone to school. I got my 8A regarding the medical technician.
Exactly.
And I worked in a couple of medical centers in New York City. When I came down here, I still wanted to be in the medical field. However, I wanted to make somewhat of a change, get in another genre, return back to the labs. I was doing lab work at one point in time. And I said, well, I'm going to have to go back to school, and what better way? So I applied. I got the application. I filled it out. We had to do, an essay part. I pretty much, told the board how I felt about, advancing my education.
And you were a mom.
And I was a mom.
You were bringing a lot of experience to this.
Bringing a lot of experience, and I had also just graduated my firstborn, Rashid Bennett. So he was going to school as well. And I said, well, let's take a chance and let's try to see if I can join him. And I did it. I did get accepted for the program, for the scholarship. And I went to the Strathmore, and that's where I met you.
I know, we did. We actually did a package on the graduation,
right?
And it was an amazing story. And you're an amazing presence. I'm not sure if that full thing will get through on the TV screen, but it's a great example. But Nancy, let me ask you. So, how this has been going on since '94ish,
95? Right. We started with awards being given in '95.
And
So we're 24 years later.
and has it grown? I mean, did you start
Yes.
with a few?
Oh my gosh. We started with a few. We got up to like 39, 38 a year for our awardees. And then last year, 2018, we jumped up to 63.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And just so I'm aware, so is this a grant? What is it that if I apply and I'm accepted, what do I get? What is it that?
Well, it
happens?
varies every year depending on how much we can collect. We have given some years, I don't remember which years, $1,750, sometimes $1,500, sometimes $1,200. Last year it was only, because of the high number of awardees, excuse me, it was only 1,000.
I know, but
So
everything
this year,
gotta be the house.
2019, we want to get up to 1,500. And then 2020 is our 25th anniversary, so we'll say, okay, well, 2,000. We've been wanting to give 2,000 to each awardee for years and years and years. So we're hoping to get to that point and continue in 2020. So we're working our way up to that, you know.
Okay.
So-
And Nancy, so when you found out you were given the award, what was your next step? What did you do? Your own story.
My next step was pretty much after I went to the award ceremony and was awarded, I decided to pursue going into forensics. At that particular time, I was my school choice was John Jay in New York City, and they had an online course that I decided I wanted to enroll in. So that was like my freshman year as far as being in that
wow.
course. Later on, I kind of decided, hey, I'm here in Maryland, and the University of Maryland has an excellent program as well. So I later on decided to transfer over there. So I pretty much decided to apply because every little bit counts when you are doing the tuition and the financial aid package. So the Bernie has definitely assisted me in being able to bring those goals into fruition. So yes, it was wonderful. And as Ms. Scull said, that every year it may vary, but it helps. You
Oh
know,
yeah, absolutely.
definitely.
So what are the age ranges, Nancy, for awardees?
Okay, newly graduating high school seniors from Montgomery County. Everybody has to be in subsidized housing in Montgomery County. And then anybody else in a home who is 18 or older. So, and sometimes, like for example, your son, who's in college, he would also be eligible as,
Oh,
as
sure.
many people as possible
Sure,
in
sure,
the
sure.
home,
Sure, sure,
because we
sure.
want to help a whole family as much as we can.
Sure.
Of course.
How's he doing?
And that's the beauty of it. He's doing great.
I'm
He's
glad.
at Montgomery Community College doing digital media arts. And every year I'm kind of in his face like, let's go ahead and apply. Let's go ahead and apply. But he's 22 and he's still kind of finding his footing in life where he's not able to meet deadlines and timelines.
I have
so
one of
I'm
those.
working on him.
I have one of those. I got you. And it's a boy.
Right. So, and you know, and I'm always telling him, I'm like, you know, when I started out and I did the application, it was paper. I'm like, now they have this great website. Well, they
Yeah.
always had the website, but I'm like, it's, you know, you're a media guy, so get on
Yeah.
it, interact with it, and get your application in. And when I say he'll wait till the last minute, mom,
I know.
you
I
know, so I'm just gonna keep striving that one day he would
Sure.
definitely take part in that, because that is the
Sure.
beauty of it. I do have other school-age children, and hopefully at some point I can, you know, have them on board once they begin to go to college.
Sure, sure. Well, and Mom is a great example. I mean, I just think that's
Thank you.
amazing. You know.
Thank you.
But since you mentioned website, Nancy, is there how do people get more information?
BernieScholarships.org, and we
Okay.
do have now an online application, which is easier for a lot of people.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we require that. We have references that are due. You have to show that you're in subsidized housing. We accept people with a GPA of 2.0,
Right.
which is a little low, but we feel that these are folks who really are determined, and
They
she's
are.
a good example.
Indeed.
Thank you.
And you were making changes in the whole future of a family. And actually, so you have, receive 3 awards. So
Yes.
we will continue with an individual
Right.
for as
Right.
many years as the person is eligible. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
So that's an important
Well,
thing.
and this is also a volunteer show, so now some of the nuts and bolts here, Nancy, is that this doesn't just happen in a vacuum.
Right.
So what are you looking for? What are the
Well,
kinds of people that would
So that
would
I
be of
don't
interest?
forget, we do have kind of a long list of the
Oh, we'll just put
volunteers
it
that
on the
we're
table, we'll
looking
go through
for. We are always looking for more board members and advisory board members,
Sure.
especially people who have skills in marketing, outreach. Our visibility in the community is still not as strong as it needs to be.
Sure. Hopefully
So,
this will help too.
yes.
Now,
I
is this a
hope.
nonprofit?
It's a 501c3.
So you're looking
We are
for board members for a nonprofit?
Yes.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
are a component fund of the Greater Washington Community Foundation.
Okay.
So we use their 501c3, their eligibility,
Okay.
and it's been a wonderful partnership since 2009
Okay.
with them. And then we're also looking for mentors. Again, when we jumped up to 63 people, we really didn't have the capacity among our board members to reach out to everybody.
Right.
So we are now realizing that we need to advertise that volunteer need as well.
And
it-
I'm assuming these are just older people who can, what's the requirement to be a
Anybody,
mentor?
anybody who is at least 20, we think,
Okay.
who can be a coach / mentor. What we mean by that is just make a contact about 3 times a year, but if the awardee would like more help or something
Sure.
comes up and they need help,
Sure.
they should call that mentor
Sure.
and say, something's just come up in my family, I need a
And
resource.
you know what, we have so many wonderful people here in
Yes,
Montgomery County.
wonderful
it would seem to me,
volunteers.
but we need to get it out there.
Yes.
They don't even know that it's
Yes,
possible.
yes,
Just
yes.
again,
Okay.
do the website again. Where would people go?
BernieScholarships.org.
It's BernieScholarships.org.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be wonderful. So board members, mentors,
Mentors,
fundraising, I guess. is-
Anybody, yes, fundraising and so on. Outreach to businesses and banks and so on. Again, get our visibility out there,
Sure,
bring
sure.
in some tax deductible donations that
Sure,
are
sure.
larger so that we can raise the amount of money that we can give to each awardee.
Sure, sure.
Social media. We have pretty strong.
This is where your son can come in.
Yes, right.
Exactly.
So we need some volunteers who can help to send out, do the posting. So for
Sure.
example, right now, a good post would be, are you thinking about summertime? Are you going to get an internship? Are you going to get a job? Start
it.
thinking ahead,
Got it.
and things like that.
Got it.
And then we also are very involved with the SSL program, the Student Service Learning.
That would be great.
Yeah, we have 3 events coming up. So all of that is posted
And you know what?
on the
that,
Volunteer Center.
That would be good too for maybe coaching certain subjects. Like if a young person's at MC and they're studying math and they could use just that little extra help, that would be an
Absolutely,
opportunity.
absolutely, yes.
Well, we've run out of time very quickly, but I really think it's a wonderful program, and I've known about it for years because of the TV angle. But Erika, it was very nice to meet you, and
It's definitely nice
congratulations
meeting
and
you as
good
well.
luck.
Thank
and
you.
I'm very hopeful for your son as well. I think it's a wonderful, and in fact, here's our marketing campaign is a
There you
success
go.
story,
Yes,
right? To have
I
a
would
success
definitely
story.
say, go on the website and also take in read through and take a chance. We're living in difficult times right now with the federal workers out.
Exactly.
I was
Dream big.
dream big.
Dream big, baby.
It's never too late.
Well, thank you both for being on the
Thank
show.
Thank you.
What a pleasure.
Thank you.
We've been talking today with Nancy Scull, the board chair of the Bernie Scholarships Awards Program, and Erika Granville, a scholarship awardee and a wonderful mom. For more information about volunteering in Montgomery County, please contact the Volunteer Center at 240-777-2600 or visit their website at montgomeryserves.org. And remember, as a volunteer, you can make a difference.